Hey guys. So Winnie's going to be joining me for this quick little intro. A little bit of self-care in the background there. I filmed this video on my social media detox journey at the beginning of this year, and I had every intention of sharing it not long after I filmed it. But a really tragic series of events took place in April. I lost 3 friends in 3 weeks. 2 of which I was extremely close to, and that played a massive role in who I am today as a person. My oldest best friend and my newest best friend. So there's been a massive amount of grief that I've been navigating and trying to process. Loss can put you in a really painful place, but can also bring so much clarity, and I guess there are extra layers of perspective added to this journey during this time. I feel called to share this video now. This is a summary of my social media detox. I highly recommend it to anyone that is feeling overwhelmed. Taking a 7-month break off social media is hands down one of the best decisions that I have made for myself and my family. 7 months is 20% of my daughter's life. It just puts everything into perspective when we take a step back and really acknowledge how much space technology can take up in our lives. So here is my video on why I took a 7-month break off social media. It takes a certain awareness of oneself to recognize that the second you open that app, you are going to be completely bombarded with a huge amount of information to process, and that can infiltrate your subconscious. It's here where we begin to over-identify, compare, judge, or begin to lose our own sense of self-worth. These thoughts and feelings become your mindset, and your thoughts become things. When life gets busy and we fill our precious moments with the stories of others, a pattern can form where we become unable to differentiate between which feelings belong to us or others. They can all become stories in our mind where we unconsciously attach ourselves to. There are only so many minutes in a day and so much space in my brain, and I desire to fill it with what brings me joy, stillness, presence, abundance, and the freedom that comes with that. Because it's in the stillness where I can begin to create my own world and highlight what it is I need to focus on to nurture my soul and guide me back on the path of becoming my best, true, highest self. I find that with social media, it's kind of like your interpretation of self interacting with someone else's presentation of self, and that presentation may not always be accurate. When we are chasing contentment and fulfillment through validation from others or attachment to others, we lose ourselves to these unrealistic expectations of what fulfillment truly means to us. I appreciate the awareness that social media platforms provide and the community and change it cultivates, and I have many beautiful lifelong friendships that I value deeply and have social media to thank for them. But it's about seeking balance and not becoming too transfixed on what does not belong to you. It's a space where it can become too easy to forget about real human connection, where sometimes we think we've checked in on a friend by liking their post or commenting on a story, but We're forgetting that deep, instinctual human need for real connection. I chose to take time away from social media to reconnect with myself and my family, to quieten the noise of what didn't really matter, to free up space scrolling and use that precious time to reignite my own spark and work on passion projects, become more intentionally present with my family. The illusion of permanence is something that I've been reflecting upon so deeply. We literally cannot get this time back. I fear being 65 and aching for these days back, and I want to know in my soul that I spent each day treasuring the gift that it is, that I didn't give my days away. I often imagine if we added up the sacred time spent staring at a screen and instead alchemized that time into pure presence. The time spent by not scrolling could be physical time spent with a loved one who will not be here forever and that craves your physical presence. Too often we say we don't have the time, but the time is there. It's always there. It's how we choose to use it and spend it. We cannot allow ourselves to become victims of our own circumstances by choosing to spend our precious living moments we are being gifted by scrolling, and comparing and judging, and essentially losing ourselves to a world that, for the most part, is not real.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wow, baby. Is that fun? Don't allow yourself to get trapped in the vortex of becoming so immersed in the outer world that you forget to go inward and connect with your heart space. If you focus on reconnecting with this world in the smallest ways, even making your bed with gratitude or brushing your teeth with presence, everything else naturally falls into place. You can start small, read more books, tend to the gardens of your life, soak in the sunrises and the sunsets, go for a walk, prepare and cook your meals with loving intention and presence. Move that beautiful body of yours that offers you unconditional love, strength, and please stop and actually smell the flowers, because that's what they're here for, right? What we are creating in life should feel aligned in truth, and sometimes that wasn't the case for me, where I would post a photo of Luke and I right after an argument, and for someone who so deeply values authenticity, that didn't sit right in my heart, and thus began the process of reassessing my values. Energy flows where attention goes. So where are you putting your attention? Your focus, your life force, your spirit, your joy? These are all questions I started to ask myself, and realized that only I can choose new healthy habits. Only I can choose to leave old energy behind and reclaim myself through renewed and intentional ways of living and being.
Tadpoles.
Tadpoles turn into?
I also feel that often social media can become very trend orientated instead of heart orientated. And it's here, if feeling unbalanced, we can lose touch with our precious individuality. It's easy to think that the answers we seek lie in another's opinion, when really, if we just quiet the noise and leave our phones alone for a minute, we quickly discover that the answer, that knowing of what you really need to know, lies within.
Hello.
If you don't want to remove social media from your life completely, there are many small steps which you can take that I wholeheartedly promise will still have a massive impact on your happiness. You can create tech-free zones, choose a time that you log on and off, limit the amount of stories you watch, put a timer on, stop scrolling, or just delete the app. What are you filling your delicate brain and heart with first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening? Are you being intentional with your self-care in this aspect? What is unnecessarily taking up space in your heart and your world? Rainbow hand painting? It's beautiful. Reminds me of Aboriginal colours.
How you can do it this watch.
Only you know the answer, and only you can control this. You can use this time to acknowledge what you are getting done in your life instead of what you aren't getting done. That your self-worth is not validated by another, and you can come home to yourself so deeply that you can only see and feel the abundance rather than the lack, and live in that truth wholeheartedly. I find that when I choose to intentionally live in a more slow and focused state of being, I seem to have so much more time and feel less distracted, less scattered, and less of a desire to want to go and spend my time doing things that don't really fill my life and my heart with what truly does bring me joy. Good morning. It is 4:30 a.m. Hi. I'm going to show you why I get up this early. When you combine your personal vision with action, feelings, and sensation, you allow for the creation of something new and beautiful and the ability to create the life of your dreams. That's where deep healing can really begin, with presence and gratitude and a deep appreciation for and in it all, not on the lack or competition. To just choose to live wholeheartedly in the acceptance of what is. Allow yourself to just be in the isness of what is and surrender to the stillness of each beautiful moment that life offers us. Can create the life of your dreams. The choice is yours.